Hello everyone, I'm Sicx from bluesixtarot.co.uk and Twitter and Instagram at bluesixtarot. I hope you had a good week, and those of you who are keeping up with the football, didn't think I'd be talking about football on here, but those of you who've been keeping up with the football, I hope you've enjoyed it. My dad seems to be anyway. So, this week we're doing the forecast for the 13th to the 19th of May. See, I've got the date right this time. And with this reading, I'll be doing the Wheel of the Year, which is lovely tarot from the lovely people at Le Scarabino. Those of you who've been following me on Twitter and Instagram will see I've been using these for my card of the week, card of the day. So I'm going to fan them out this time round and pick some random ones today. So I'll give that a go. So I've got Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Can't really see it from here, but you'll see it in a second. And you for Friday and the weekend. So these are, there you go, they're now in frame. These are actually really beautiful cards. And for those of you waiting for a review video coming up, I'm actually going to be working on one at last. It's been a while since I've put one out, and once again I've just not really had that much free time. For those of you who've been following me on my other Twitter profile, which is just Sicx on Twitter and Instagram, doing a lot of circus stuff coming up, so, and I've been on holidays and stuff, so only to Butlins. But yeah, so I've not really had time to sit down and actually put together a review. I'm going to try and see if I can structure them a little better as well. But enough about that. Let's see what Monday and Tuesday has in store. So we start off with the King of Wands. Okay. So he's come up before in some of the readings. So the King of Wands himself is a man who is very creative, full of ideas, and is more of a team leader. He has like a good aptitude, so he knows the right people for the job, and he has a good understanding of everyone's role. So he's out of all the kings of the miners, I'd say he's like the best manager to have. He's the most fair-handed, even-minded. So, at the beginning of the week, it seems more about organisation and making sure that everything is kind of where it should be, and better structured, because at the beginning of the week, sometimes it always comes across that it's kind of just vague and let's just see how it goes. This one has more of a structured feel to it. Let me just turn it around a bit. So the beginning of the week would have more of a structured feel to it, whether you yourself would be structuring it, or even at work where there's a better idea of what's going to happen throughout the week. So it seems to be kind of planning the week through. So for Wednesday and Thursday, we have the Ace of Swords. Now, the swords themselves, so I'm just going to turn around so I can have a good look at it. Now, the problem is the swords tend to have kind of like a very negative connotation to them. And when people actually start learning, the hardest ones to learn are the aces and the court cards, which is the king here. So, in the middle of the week, the idea is more about kind of sitting down and starting something new. So with an ace, they're usually about new beginnings and something starting off, similar to the Fool, but more in a more specific manner. And and the swords are usually about communication and direction. So in the middle of the week, it's more about finding first of all, finding the right path and being clear on your intentions on what you need and want to do. So it's about being direct in your speech and being direct in your actions, and also to make sure that you're being understood. And if you're not understood, either explain it, or if someone comes across and they don't seem to understand, ask what they don't understand and try and explain it that way. Because it's one thing to put out your intentions, and it's another thing for everyone to actually understand what it is you're trying to achieve. Because sometimes either a wire gets crossed, or in some cases, if this is something quite new and a new direction and kind of like a fresh start, as it were, it might not necessarily, it might be something that you don't always talk about. So it could be the scene where you've actually got a clear idea, you then tell someone what the idea is, but they might not necessarily understand why this has come up now, why it's a new direction. So make sure that that your intention is clear, and that you need to make sure you're fully understood with what you say, and that everyone understands what they're doing. So to Friday and the weekend, we have the Six of Swords, which, once again, let's have another quick look, which is quite an interesting one, because usually this is, once again, it's a sword, so a lot of swords are seen as negative, but this one's quite an interesting one, because the Six itself isn't necessarily a negative card, but this version makes it look quite bad. But it's more about, it's usually about journeys, so it's not necessarily about physical travel or like a break for the weekend, although in some cases it could be. But then it's also about a spiritual journey, that you're going through a thing, similar to with the major arcana. We have what's referred to as the Fool's Journey. So seeing as it's a minor, it's something not as dramatic. So it could be, this could be referring more to like either a weekend break, or kind of going back to this, as you're starting out something new with the direction, and you've made it clear what it is you want to do. The weekend might be pointing to the direction of, right, you know what you want to do, you now need to get it done, and this is like the first step in going in this direction. So to summarise, you've got the King of Wands, which is more about organisation and putting your ideas together into a workable format. Because an idea is great on paper, but you then need to actually start need to start reading the paper and actually getting the plans in motion. And in the middle of the week, it's about being clear about what your intentions are going to be, and making sure that people understand what it is you want to do, what it is you want to do, and what it is you might need them to do. And for the Friday and the weekend, it's more about getting the ball rolling on this, because he himself is not on the boat. He's getting ready to get in the boat. So he's not coming out from the boat, because the swords are pointing towards the boat. So he is about to get on board. So the Friday and the weekend rather, is more about everything's underway, everything's planned out, everyone knows what they're doing. You now need to get on that boat and start that journey. So this has been the weekly forecast. So that I try and do these once a week. Either these are posted up, this should be up on Friday. I usually put these out once a week on either a Friday or a Saturday. Once again, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Sicx Tarot. You can also like, share and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos where I do tarot card and oracle card reviews and unboxings. They're also organised on bluesixtarot.co.uk, so you can check them out there. Well, I might be doing some written blogs. I've been promising to do that for a while, but unfortunately sometimes I find videos easier, but then that's just because of dyslexia. But yeah, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Also, if you do follow me on Instagram, I do tend to put like live videos up as well, so I do a bit of Q&A if you're interested, and I usually announce like a couple hours beforehand. Early in the week I did a brief overview of the Divine Feminine Oracle cards. They're really nice, and I said hopefully next week I should be posting up a new tarot review. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.